For this month, the board selected the Rupert Hughes Veterans Center to be our 50-50. We have veterans on our minds, I'm sure all of us do. And we are grateful to have the Vice President of Finance, Elizabeth Schottke, here with us today to talk about the center's mission. Please notice on your tables, there is a card with a QR code. You can make a donation via that card while you're here, or purchase a donation ticket when you sign up for next month's meeting. And we'll publicize on socials and on the Donkey's Tail as well. So Elizabeth, welcome.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be here today. As she's already said, my name is Elizabeth Schottke, and I'm the Vice President of Finance at Upstate Water Solutions. I've been with the organization since 2017. I actually joined as an AmeriCorps Vista right after graduating from Furman University. So started out in that kind of volunteer role, really fell in love with the mission, and have been with the organization ever since. A little bit more about Upstate Water Solution. We began as an organization in 2013 when our president, Charlie Hall, really recognized that as veterans were transitioning out of the military, the services the VA was providing wasn't really filling that gap and meeting all of their needs as they come back to civilian life. So that's what the impetus for UWS was. We now have office locations in the 5 counties of the upstate, so Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson, Higgins, and Oconee. Our headquarters is at the Rupert Hughes Veterans Center, which is our Greenville location off of Pelham Road near the Haywood Mall. And the Rupert Hughes Veterans Center is named after Dorothy Dow's father, Rupert Hughes. So we're very honored to have that connection. And that center opened in April of 2023. So we're about to have our 3rd year anniversary in that space. The idea for the center was that we don't want to be duplicating services. We want to be partnering with everyone. Duplicate nothing is kind of our motto there. So we have key housing and employment financial partners who are co-located with us, so that when a veteran, first responder, family member comes in, we can walk them across the hall rather than sending them across town. So that kind of one-stop shop, holistic support was really what we were aiming for there. Last year, we served over 3,000 veterans, first responders in our community. There are over 100,000 veterans who live here in the upstate. So we've met around 10,000 of those so far, but our end goal would be to connect with everyone, make sure they're aware of services that are available to them, both through the government and through other community partners. Our 3 main goals are to end veteran homelessness, unemployment, and ultimately suicide. We are now the only nonprofit in the state of South Carolina who is part of the Staff Sergeant Fox Suicide Prevention Program. So we're excited to have that federal funding for the first time. And that enables us to do a 5-part screener, really get to know the kind of suicidal risks that someone may be having, identify those, and reduce that suicidal ideation by meeting those underlying needs. So whether that's more obvious things like facing addiction, or less obvious things like just needing more social connection, feeling more isolated when they come back, we identify all of those and try to work with that client to fill those needs. I kind of resonated with this more recently when I was talking with my grandfather, and he never shares anything about his service. He's a Vietnam vet, and having him get connected with groups of other veterans has really opened up his perspective and helped him, I think, fully come back into the civilian world at this point, even though it's been decades. So I think that just kind of demonstrates that it's not just the veterans holding a homeless sign at a stoplight. It's every veteran in the community likely has something that they could be getting assistance with. So trying to break down that barrier and encouraging everyone to come in and meet, even if it's just for a fun recreational activity. We do therapeutic art, music therapy, equine therapy, just hiking, archery, all kinds of fun, just social connection things in addition to those more hardcore social support services. Last year, we helped 160 veterans become employed. So that's another outcome we're really proud of. We feel really strongly that when our veterans and first responders are supported and as they transition back into the community, that they do become, they continue serving in a way, and they have a lot more to give back in the second part of their life. And we really just appreciate the community rallying behind our veterans, especially during this difficult time. Is bringing up the current war is bringing up a lot of things for people who have already served. So yeah, we just really appreciate all of your support. And there's a QR code on your table, so anything you would be willing to give, would be really appreciative.